Name something your neighbor has that you wish you had.
A beautiful wife.
What classification of animals are dinosaurs?
Pleistocene.
What should you do about a hairy back?
I usually close my eyes and imagine she's wearing an alpaca sweater.
What will your husband say is the one thing he absolutely forbids you to put on his wiener?
Ben Gay.
It's 4. We're back, folks. And just when you thought you'd seen every bad answer and embarrassing blunder in game show history, guess what? We found some more. And to help me show them to you, I brought along another game show legend. You know him as the host of Love Connection, Scrabble and Lingo, and many more, too. How about a big hello for my good friend Chuck Woolry?
Oh, thank you, Bob. It's great to be here with you.
Nice to have you here, Chuck. You know, our researchers have literally been working around the clock searching for even more outrageous game show moments. And this time, my friend, they found some of the wildest and funniest moments that you've never seen before.
You know, not only that, Bob, but this time around, we're going to play a few games of our own with the folks around here.
Well, sit back, folks, get comfortable, and get ready to laugh, because we've got a whole hour of hilarious moments to share with you.
And what better way to kick things off than with another look at some of the dumbest answers ever uttered on a game show. Right here.
Name a famous male dancer.
Betty Grable.
Gentlemen, tell me, what is your favorite part of our newlywed game set? Jim?
Probably wife number 2.
Name a food people give as a gift.
Lasagna.
Name a place where you would see lots of flowers.
At the zoo.
All right.
What will your husband say is the one thing he absolutely forbids you to put on his wiener?
Ben Gay.
Name something you buy and then have to be careful about how you carry it home.
An infant.
An infant. Something you buy.
Name something a woman out on a date would hate to discover on her face.
A booger.
Name a prime number between 20 and 40.
Between 20 and 40.
Yes.
7.
7.
Gentlemen, what will your wife say is her favorite giblet?
She would say her favorite giblet is her panties.
Her panties. Okay.
She's got these funny looking panties.
Yeah.
And I don't know what a giblet is, but
You don't know how close you are, really. Rick?
It would have to be our pachinko game.
Your pachinko game.
Name something besides soap and a towel that people take with them to the bath.
A duck.
An occupation that uses... Stop the clock, please. Here we go. Come on. I did this once before. I don't want to break up. You ready? Everybody ready? Something people take with them to the bath besides soap and towel. Survey said? I'll have to retire after this show.
I got to tell you something, Chuck. Something crazy happens to people when they go on a game show and that little red light on the camera pops on. It's like their memory bank just gets erased.
I know exactly what you mean. You know, I've seen it a million times. 1 minute, the answer's right there at your fingertips, and the next thing you know, it's just a total blank.
In fact, let me show you exactly what we're talking about. We took our cameras around here and we asked people some very common questions. Right. Unfortunately, here are some very uncommon answers that we got back.
Who likes to go to Camp David?
David and his friends.
David Hasselhoff.
Who likes to go to Camp David on vacations or Camp David for the weekend?
Jewish people? Name a famous crustacean.
Martin Lawrence.
Name a famous crustacean.
Russell Crowe.
Whose slogan is "Don't leave home without it"?
Trojan condoms.
Yeah, right.
To be or not to be is from what play?
Lion King.
The phrase "to be or not to be" is from what famous play?
Cabaret.
Cabaret. Yeah, starring Liza Minnelli.
You know, Chuck, as dumb as those answers were, they don't compare to some of the really bad answers we're going to show you now.
It's hard to believe that it actually gets worse.
Oh, unfortunately it does. I mean, try these on for size.
Okie doke.
Girls, what will your husband say is his favorite cuisine? Ruth?
I'll have to say, All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Name something your neighbor has that you wish you had.
A beautiful wife.
Check the papers next couple of days. See if well-known glass manufacturer is killed.
Aside from a house or a car specifically, what is the most expensive thing you own? Wendy?
A car.
Roses are red, violets are blue. On our wedding night, my husband, what?
We went to bed.
Name part of the telephone.
The bottom part.
Name something men do when they run out of clean underwear.
They flip them inside out.
Nobody sees the seams.
Hey, don't move a muscle, because when we come back, we're going to show you just how easy it is to get people to reveal the most intimate details of their personal lives, all on national television.
You know, why is that, Bob? You put a camera in their face, you let the world watch too, and they just let it all hang out.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
You are so right. So don't go away. You definitely won't want to miss this.
I've had people tell me much.
Hey, welcome back to the most outrageous game show moments 4. You know, when it comes to volunteering personal information, these next contestants are like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep going and going and going. I mean, you ask for an inch, and for some reason, they give you a mile. It's not always pretty, but it's always funny. Let's take a look. What is your one possession that your husband wishes you'd be more careful about hiding when the two of you have visitors? Cindy.
I know what his is, but mine, his vibrator, I guess.
Oh, all right. Jim said it would be the vibrator, right?
You bought it. You paid for it. It's yours.
Now, who's it belong to?
Him.
Whoever gets the most use of it.
I see, never mind.
His.
That's still working across the hall from you, Les?
Yes, she is.
You believe a woman should work after she's married?
No, but I believe it's only right until we get a little money ahead in case of a sudden little mishap.
That's certainly a new name for it, huh?
by that, Les. Well, I hope you don't mean what they think you mean. Different things can arise.
Physically speaking, what is the one thing of your husband's secretary that he would most like to have bronzed and mounted on his nightstand at home? Marge. One thing of yours. Go ahead, Marge.
The boobs.
Girls, what will your husband say is his strangest mating habit?
Well, he does get kinky on occasion. I would think when he yells, "Wooly, wooly."
Kat, remind us what you do.
I own a singing telegram and entertainment company. Probably the most unusual stuff we've ever done is a divorce-gram.
What kind of song do you come up with for a divorce-gram?
Goodbye, marriage, goodbye. Can't wait to screw the next guy.
Jerry, let's go to you. You need some money for tattoos and piercings.
Yeah.
How many do you currently have of each?
Well, I have 2 tattoos and 1 piercing, and I want 2 more.
Period. Moving on.
Name something most women wouldn't be caught dead leaving the house without.
A tampon.
I'm telling you, we asked 100 women. I wouldn't have come up with that. A tampon.
Girls, how did your husband complete this sentence? I thought my wife acted like a witch the night she... What, Sue?
The night I put on a jockstrap.
We've only just begun.
You know, Bob, in all those years that you hosted the Newlywed Game, I know you heard some pretty racy stuff from all those married couples. And,
I did.
And even a few of those things have become absolutely legendary.
Oh, let's face it, my friends. Some of the funniest moments in game show history are when things become a little too hot for TV.
That's true. I'll tell you what. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
See, now that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, Bob. Did I actually say that?
I don't want to see yours.
Next question, girls. What will your husband say is his favorite thing to squeeze in the supermarket? Jane?
I'd say his meat.
Pardon me?
His meat. He's a butcher.
Bachelor number 3. My age and my measurements are the same. How old do you hope I am?
I think that I would hope that the valleys between your mountains were nice and deep and that your mountains...
Just to set you straight, I have a terrific valley with no mountains.
Now, this product you manufacture, would you be apt to find this in the living room or the dining room or the kitchen?
Well, you can't answer that question
Well, she
yes
must
or
make
no.
something. A woman can't make a living just being a blonde. Although I've heard of a few who have.
Hey, did you hear that Ronald McDonald has his picture in Playgo magazine?
No.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. They got a great shot of his blank.
Quarter pounder.
When Sir Henry Curtis and Alan Quatermain traveled over the mountain range known as Sheba's Breasts, what were they looking for?
I imagine the Silicon Valley.
Grandpa's getting pretty old. Last night he put his false teeth in my milk. Milk is the answer that Myron's looking for. Let's see if we get a little milk from Patty here. Then.
I beg your pardon.
Richard. I'd like 2 quarts in the morning.
Girls, why did the two of you make whoopee when you did for the very first time? Sharon?
I was horny.
You still are.
Let's let our home audience see this gentleman's famous name. All right, let's start this time with Joni.
Is it a useful thing?
Yes.
Would you say that a man can get pleasure from this too? Could you use one of these to squeeze?
These things smoke up when they get overheated. When they're worn out, can they be restuffed?
No, Meredith. The gentleman's name is A. Maid.
I have it right here.
When we come back, we're going to take a special look at some of Chuck Woolery's most embarrassing moments.
Well, now, hold on just a minute, Bob. I mean, I know a few embarrassing moments of yours, but you don't see me trying to show them.
Yeah, but that's because yours are more embarrassing than mine.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll just see about that when we come back.
Yeah, you got yourself a deal, my friend. Stay tuned, everybody. You won't want to miss this one.
Very embarrassing for everyone.
More embarrassing. Fine. Hey, welcome back to the most outrageous game show moments for. I'm Bob Eubanks. I'm sitting here with my good friend Chuck Woolery. Chuck, I know you've hosted a lot of game shows, and I'm sure that the audience thinks, well, everything goes off simply without a hitch. Not true, is it?
Yeah, not true. No. I was doing Love Connection once, and this woman came out to greet me on the stage and kissed me. And they came out in the Herald a week later. This guy was a transvestite.
He was a guy?
And, you know, he kissed pretty good. It wasn't bad. But, you know what, just for fun, why don't we take a look at some of those less than perfect moments of yours?
Oh, come on, man. I mean, haven't we seen enough of my nightmares? I mean, I've practically been tortured the whole show.
Well, there's a little more torture for you. We can never get enough, Bob. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Here we go.
Next question, ladies, 25-point bonus question. What will your husband say is his least favorite thing to find in his pasta?
I just throw gravy on old shoes and throw them on the table. He'll eat anything.
You call that soul food, right?
Yeah.
I know those things because my mother was a loafer. Dad was a sneaker. What was your answer? I'm sorry.
And your mom fed you a lot of corn?
Michael, they make penicillin out of mold, so do they make something out of your what? My feet? Your feet?
Your feet? I don't even look at your feet.
You don't like his feet?
I don't like anybody's.
You don't like my feet? What's the matter with my feet?
They old and in them shoes.
And I'll tell you what, she's mean, isn't she? The actual number of these wrestlers who could lift Bob Eubanks over their head is 5 of them. Oh, come on, Pete. No way in heck could you do that, huh?
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No. Yeah. You stay away from me, Pete. No. You stay away from me. No!
I especially like the Now it's time for the 25-point boner question.
I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed.
I love it.
All right. Those are a few of my nightmares.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some of your nightmares?
Well, I'd like to help you out on that, Bob, but since I'm such a consummate professional, I really don't think you're going to be able to find any. I don't think. Did you?
Who do you think you're dealing with?
Well, apparently Bob Eubanks.
I mean, this is what I do for a living.
That's what's scaring me.
Well, roll the tape. You ought to be scared.
Great.
Did you get what you wanted for Christmas?
No, considering I'm Jewish.
Oh. Did you get what you wanted for... I was ready to just skim over that, but I got to give it... That was good. That was good. Jeez, Aaron. Yeah. Well, what'd you get for Hanukkah?
Nothing yet. It's not that time of the year yet.
Oh, good. Well... Tell me more about yourself.
Well, I love to dance, and probably the most interesting thing about me is that I've never had a cup of coffee.
Well... perhaps you find that more interesting than I do, but nevertheless. All right, we're going to continue with today's game. Recap the scores, or recap them, actually. Did I really say that? A P and a P.
Oh, I think I'll have to take a pee.
Okay.
M, please.
They love to fly over nudist camps. Okay, fill them in.
You.
No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Fill the blanks in order or pick a tile, Chris, whatever you want to do. Okay, fill them in.
I.
No, sir, that's incorrect. Okay, Vaughn, you want to continue with this?
S, please.
They love to fly over nudist camps. Fill them in.
A.
Wrong. I've never had this happen. It's the first time. Chris?
I know it.
You know it? All right, fill it in.
O.
Yes.
I.
Yes.
T.
Yes.
E.
Yes. I'm going home. I don't know about you.
Yeah, all right. I'll admit it. We both had our share of embarrassing moments, but you got to admit, some of the funniest game show moments are when things really go wrong.
Oh, for sure. You know, I love it when a contestant would do something or say something that instantly they wish they could take back, but it was just too late to do so.
I know, and the more embarrassing, the funnier.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely right about that. In fact, I tell you what, let's do. Let's take a look at these folks who thought it was going to be smooth sailing till something unexpected left them red-faced and everybody else in stitches.
What you got here?
Okay, this is my daughter, Linda.
Linda. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
My granddaughter, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
And my grandson, Brett.
Brett, welcome.
And my daughter-in-law, don't tell me. Susie.
You got it.
Mrs. Lawrence, do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is there a product involved in what you do?
Yes. Is it some kind of a tablet or pill? Yes. I know what it is already. What, Gary? You want me to help you? Sure. She makes diet pills.
Doesn't she take them at any time?
Mrs. Lawrence has asked me to advise you, Mr. Lewis, that she has lost 40 pounds.
Gentlemen, how did your wife complete this question? What is the one product name that best described your romantic behavior on your wedding night? She said you were the Jolly Green Giant.
I'm sorry, but it was...
I'm not that big, Karen.
Rascal talking to your mom when I came in.
My underwear was falling off.
Excuse me.
My underwear was falling off.
it's the most fulfilling job ever to be
It
a
really
mother.
is. We have 5 of our own, so...
Yeah, you got some pretty fast sperm, huh? 5 shots.
You say Osmond, it's swimming.
Edward, you're married, right?
Yes, I am married to my beautiful wife, Charmin. I'm also an electronic salesman on the island of Kauai. And I'm just so happy to be here.
And what was that noise you made earlier?
Noise.
Oh, no.
Here's a trivia question for you. What classic game show host was actually boyhood friends with Elvis Presley and went on to interview Elvis in one of his first television interviews in 1956? The answer when we return. Don't go away.
I think I know this one.
Welcome back to the most outrageous game show moments 4. Before the commercial, we ask you this question. Which classic game show host was boyhood friends with Elvis Presley and appears in this photo with him?
Yeah, I think I know this one because he lived in Memphis at this time.
Right.
He was in radio. I think he did a dance show and in television.
You're right.
And I think, and it also kind of looks like Wink Martindale. I think it was Wink Martindale.
You're right. Yeah, that photo was taken in 1956. And it just goes to show you that you never know when you're in the presence of a future superstar.
Take a look at this.
Elvis Presley, I want to thank you again because we know you're a busy man. Thanks a lot for coming by and seeing us at the dance party and saying hello to all your friends here in Memphis and the Mid-South. Anytime you're in town and want to come by, we certainly will welcome you.
Well, thank you very much, Wink, and I'll see you again.
Okay, thanks a lot. Elvis Presley.
You know, Bob, television has changed a bit since the carefree 60s and 70s when you were doing the Newlywed Game. Because back then, it was no big deal to make friendly jokes about gender or about anything. But these days, we're a little more sensitive about everything, so you just don't hear those jokes anymore.
I know, but back then, nobody was trying to be offensive, Chuck. I mean, people were just trying to have a few laughs. Yeah. Like here.
The agent said to King Kong, he says, Kong, baby, boy, have I got you a part in a terrific new movie. It's called Snow White and the 8 Dwarfs. You're the 8th dwarf, and you're going to be called Blanky.
Whitey.
Whitey.
Lamont Wilson, please.
And the name Rufus. We all know the name Rufus.
Oh, man, I ain't answering no ethnic questions.
This is not an ethnic question. Believe me, trust me on this. This is not an ethnic question. The name Rufus has always been associated with one particular color. What you want? Now, come on, come back. That's the short way down. You can hurt yourself. No. But what color has the name Rufus always been associated with?
White.
White.
I will disagree.
Red. Rufus means red. In the spiritual Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, in the line, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? What did I see?
3 Israeli tanks.
Coming after me.
The cops, Whoopi, have put out an APB on you. What does APB stand for?
Always pull over blacks.
I'm sorry, did I say something?
Is that incorrect?
The bank teller said, I think there's something wrong with this dollar bill. Instead of a picture of George Washington, this one is a picture of George
Wallace.
Wallace. She says George Wallace. Scully. All right. We'll just skip him. We'll go right to the next one.
Had the old boy let me go to school, I'd have learned how to spell his name.
Paul, will you find any graffiti on the Great Wall of China?
Yes, like Chung has a big Ewa.
I'd like to go with Nipsey, please.
I guess probably the familiar one would be the soap opera, Love of Life.
Oh, we want love of life. May we see it, please?
Love of life.
Hey, wait a minute here.
What's wrong?
When Richie gives the right answer, they run up and slobber all over him. What's wrong here?
Sorry. She got so excited.
Well, you know you're in trouble now, don't you, honey? Yeah, you know, once you go black, you never go back.
Buddy, what country has the highest ratio of doctors to population?
The country with the most Jews? I would say Israel. You have a doctor in every family. It's a cousin, could be an uncle, a couple of specialists.
I'll agree.
You agree with that?
It's Israel. He's right.
It is?
Now, Chuck, you've heard the famous expression, never worked with animals or kids.
Right.
Now, I've worked with both over the years, and it's a real toss-up as to which ones can be the most unpredictable.
Well, kids can get unruly, but animals are in a league of their own. Did you once have a ostrich run amok across the Card Shark set?
Man, I've had animals go crazy on the set of every show I've ever hosted. I mean, you'd think by now we should have learned the lesson and said nothing with fur or feathers ever again.
Yeah, we should be so lucky. By the way, here's an example of just what we're talking about.
You want to show me how? Show you how?
Be our guest.
Oh, boy.
Why don't you hold it? Take her off. Take her off.
This cute little fella is an armadillo. Our first guest says that armadillos can make kind, wonderful, and gentle pets. And we'll meet her as soon as our armadillo meets the rest of our panel here on To Tell the Truth. Does anybody in the audience want an empty armadillo? To me.
Now, people often wonder what dogs would say if they could talk. Most would probably just say, leave me alone, I'm trying to lick myself. Proving my point, please welcome Cody, the talking dog.
Cody, can you say hello? Hello. You say I love you? Say I'm hungry? Say
I happen to have here Philip Marsden's pet parakeet here in this cage. Now, if we're lucky, when I release Bobby from the cage, he will fly to his master.
Him, but I'll believe it.
I want you to meet a friend of mine, and the friend's name is Jughead, and Jughead the ostrich is right there, and look at Lacey. That's the craziest looking bird I've ever seen.
Look out, Lacey! There he goes!
That's the closest you've ever come to sitting in my lap.
When we come back, we're going to show you some of the most outrageous game show moments that you've ever seen. So stick around.
you go to a...
You know, we've heard some answers to game show questions tonight that were pretty, how should I say it?
Dumb?
Well, so much for diplomacy.
Well, here's the punchline. We haven't shown you the worst ones yet.
You mean it gets worse?
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid so.
Yikes.
Girls, who will your husband say is his favorite anchor man? Pauline?
I'd have to say Elvis. But I mean, yeah, but,
Elvis.
yeah, I just have to.
Terry?
Daniel Boone?
Daniel Boone? Okay.
Name a vegetable you marinate.
Grapes.
Name a place where you would keep a pen. Marie.
Zoo.
You want to write something, so you're going to go down to the zoo to get your pen.
Name something parents teach their children to use.
I think they teach them how to use their underwear.
What does the G stand for, Ramiro? Huh? Gonzalez? No, I know. Ramiro Gonzalez, but it says Ramiro G. Gonzalez. What does the G stand for? Ramiro Gonzalez Gonzalez. What are you, twins? No, I'm Gonzalez, Ramiro Gonzalez Gonzalez, because my father, before she married my mother, he was Gonzalez. Well, they were crazy to get married. What does your wife call you, Ramiro or Gonzalez? She called me Pedro.
Gilbert, according to fashion expert Austin Silver, what should you do about a hairy back?
I usually close my eyes and imagine she's wearing an alpaca sweater. That's just me.
All right, it's your spin, Sophie. Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era, musical instruments.
Would you believe the Mesozoic era?
What classification of animals are dinosaurs?
I know that. Let's see.
I'll have to call for your answer.
Pleistocene.
What was that?
Pleistoceenes.
I don't have that answer down here, and I'm afraid that is not the right answer. And under the rules of the game, your opponent can answer it and pick up $100 more. What classification of animals are dinosaurs?
Reptiles.
You're right for another $100. You're going for $300.
Well, if you think we're through, think again. Coming up next, it's the most outrageous game show moments Hall of Fame. You see, your requests have literally poured in since our last special, and guess what? Well, we're listening.
You're right, Chuck. We're going to give them what they want. Up next, the most requested game show moments from our previous specials. So stick around.
This is probably one of my favorite parts. Think we're through. Well, Bob, we've had a lot of fun tonight, but we're not finished yet.
That's right, everyone. Here are the favorites that you've been asking for. We call this the Outrageous Game Show Moments Hall of Fame. Enjoy.
Will your husband say he is basically more urban or rural? Kathy?
I don't know what they mean.
You know it. I mean, you married him. What do you think?
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban.
Yeah.
How long has he been that way?
About 2 months.
2 months he's been here. Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did? The doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me something.
Cuckoo blank.
Cuckoo friend and Ollie.
During what months of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant?
September.
Something. First question coming up. Oh, God. Oh, here we go, doctor. No, this is got me serious.
Your wife said you are a closet what?
Closet freak.
Closet freak. Hang on, Charlie. She said you're a...
Let me see.
Well, that's our show, everybody. I'm Chuck Woolery. Thank you for letting us come into your homes. And I'm Bob Eubanks, and I hope you had as much fun as we did. We'll see you next time on the most outrageous game show moments 5. Good night, everybody, and thanks for playing.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart.
She created $1 billion empire.
People, she's in the building. Let's go.
How she did it is another story.
Did I not ask for Merlot?
What are you going to do when they find out we're not the perfect family?
You're not believing me. If you think you're getting him, you are mistaken.
Sybil Shepherd stars.
The SEC has begun an investigation into insider trading charges.
Martha Inc., the story of Martha Stewart.